As you are deploying Office 365 services workloads as part of your Microsoft 365 deployment, you may encounter some issues. Sometimes your clients are unable to connect to Outlook, or email is not coming in, or for some reason the domain is not verifying properly. There are tools that allow you to troubleshoot the deployment and then the ongoing support of your Microsoft 365 tenant, and that is called the Microsoft Remote Connectivity Analyzer. Now this tool has been around since the early versions of Exchange Server. Since the days when we were troubleshooting RPC over HTTP on Exchange servers, we'd have this tool as a mechanism to test our connections, test the certificates that are being used, test the authentication mechanisms and the connectivity. Today, this tool has been updated and continuously is updated to support Office 365 workload. Now you can access this tool by going to testconnectivity.microsoft.com, and there you have a long list of various tools you can run to check your connection, whether your connection to Teams, whether your incoming email, whether your certificate setup, all the different elements that you need to put in place. For your Exchange connectivity, for your Teams connectivity and their workloads, you can also test your bandwidth, test the connection that's available for your tenant. Now I'll run one of those tests to show you the type of information that's provided. So for example, a very popular test is the Exchange Active Sync test. Now this is a test that relies on lots of accurate configuration and accurate certificate that is used by your tenant. It requires your domain name to be set up. It requires your devices to be configured properly, your DNS, your domain name records to match your domain that you've registered into your Microsoft 365 tenant. So any of those configurations may be incorrect. And then Exchange Active Sync will not work, which means that your Outlook devices will not be able to connect. So let's click on Exchange Active Sync and let's see here. So I want to make a validation using Auto Discover. Using Auto Discover means that it's going to automatically discover what server at Microsoft.com is in charge for my mailbox, and it discovers that through DNS. It does a DNS verification. So I'm going to do that for my email address, and the authentication type I'm going to use is Modern Authentication. There's another authentication, which is Basic Authentication. I want to highlight the fact that Basic Authentication, as you can see from the message right on top, is being turned off. So it's slowly being deprecated by Microsoft. So if I click on Basic Authentication, it will fail. And since I have Modern Authentication, I can sign in from a browser. And I'm gonna put in my username and password. And now my signed-in credentials will allow me to make a query to Office 365. Now you notice there's two options here, Office 365 or operated by 21 ViaNet, that is the Chinese version of Office 365. And I'm going to click here, Perform Test. It's going to perform the test for me. Again, making all those queries to Microsoft 365 and come up with the result. Now if there was any issues, I wouldn't get this green check mark. I would get a yellow or red X letting me know that there are critical problems. If I click on Test Steps, I see all the details of everything. Tested my connectivity to port 443, that my URL is correct. It tests my certificate, and I can drill down even more, see that my certificate has passed all the various certificate tests. And then again, I can go further in each one of those and validate how all the mechanisms of those tests were performed. Now this is very useful when there is a problem. When there is an actual issue, it allows you to pin down exactly which element of which aspect of authentication or trust or certificate access was invalid and which one failed, and allows you to pinpoint exactly the source of the problem and resolved. So this is only one of the types of tests that I can perform. Again, within the connectivity tests, I have many different tests that allow me to test my DNS configuration, allow me to test my inbound email configuration, specifying that the appropriate records again are in DNS and that the ports are open on the server. That my clients can authenticate. There are lots and lots of tests here that are very useful. And again, it goes beyond just Exchange going into Teams. If you still have Skype for Business or Link Server, you have those tools as well. You can analyze the message headers as well to see if there are specific issues with the messages that are coming in and out of your organization. As I mentioned before, there's also a network test. So Remote Connectivity Analyzer, great tool for most administrators to use in troubleshooting your deployment. But if you've deployed your organization already and you want to see why there's a specific issue, maybe users can't connect or they have a specific problem, it may be global to Microsoft 365. So you may want to review the service health of Microsoft 365. And to do that, I'm going to click on Health and then go into my dashboard. Now my dashboard would tell me if I have any critical alerts, and I have a nice green check mark here letting me know there are no critical alerts. However, there are some advisories, and the advisories are basically elements of these workloads that are not functioning perfectly. There are some issues here. And if I go into Service Health, I see that there are more details to these various advisories that exist. And usually these service health issues are relatively minor in the sense that they do not affect all of your user population and they do not prevent them from accessing all features within the workload. It's usually just one sub-element of a workload that is affected and usually only for a group of users. Now, when I look at these service health issues, they may be different for someone that's looking at the same type of tenant in another country, in another region. They may only affect one region. It may only be something that's in my region. As well here, if I have specific issues that are affecting my tenant, as I mentioned earlier, basic authentication is being deprecated right now for my tenant. And overall, I see the service health of all the various Microsoft 365 workloads. Now, if all else fails and you're unable to resolve the issues, and you've worked through these various tools and you see that there's really nothing there that is letting you know that there is an issue with the service at Microsoft, you can always open up a service request by clicking on New Service Request and then going through the prompts. To issue a service request to Microsoft as well. If you want to get a little bit more insight as to what your users are doing in your tenant right now and the kind of usage that they are having, I recommend that you click also on the Reports in Usage. Gives you an understanding of how many users may be affected by a problem. And if I look at, for example, yesterday, this is the number of users that used the various workloads. So for example, if I have an issue that's affecting Exchange services, Exchange Online, I see that I have about 16 users, active users of that workload, and therefore this is a service that is much more used by them and would have more impact than for example Microsoft Teams where I only have 5 users using that workload.